Hey everybody, welcome back to the Late Night Talks podcast. I'm Nevin.
And my name is Meng Zhang, and let's continue our late night talks.
Okay, so I just need something off my chest before we start.
Usher out here, huh? Burning. But yeah.
So I know we see each other at the gym, and it's not about you, and it's not about Evan. It's about those people at Planet Fitness who like to claim two machines.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was doing one of these workouts.
Oh, the cable?
Yeah, the cable thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's two of them, right?
Yeah.
There's one guy, he was on one, and he was doing this one, this workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he was using the other one to do this workout.
Wait, so he was doing the
chest one.
yeah,
the one
the
with the
flies.
chest. Yeah, the flies.
Cable flies.
Yeah.
And then he
And
went
then
to another
he
cable.
went to the other machine, the same one that
Uh-huh.
does the same thing to do this one. And I'm like, and I went to the one that he was one of the ones that he was using.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm still using it, but you could go ahead. I'm like, go ahead, take it. And I was like, I'm not going to deal with this person today because I just want to get my workouts done.
Right.
And I did like four workouts. And then I went to finally run. And I saw him again, still at the same machine.
He's still doing the same.
Yeah, the same thing. And I was like, are you serious, bro? I don't know why people at Planet Fitness take forever to use one machine.
But no, yeah, I agree. I feel like the times that we usually go, there are a lot of people, right?
Yeah, right
There's
now.
so many people. Yeah, right now. I'm surprised that people made it this far in March.
Yes.
Because the New Year's resolution, I thought that everyone was going to stop like mid-February, but damn, people are still going. They're driven.
Right? Mm-hmm.
They're driven to get their body goals.
Yeah.
But I have seen or heard of people using two machines at once, but I've never really seen it like how you did. I've only seen people using like all the dumbbells though, like all the like 2 or 3 sets of dumbbells are around them at their bench, and then they're using like the 15 pounds when they have like the 60, 50s, and then the 35s around them.
Yeah.
So that's like the only time that I've seen people use a whole bunch of equipment.
Yeah, I cannot, man. Sometimes it's so annoying, man. But
you know what's even more annoying? So I remember grabbing like 45s, and then I grab them, or before I grab them, I look at it and it's like it says 25s. So I'm like, damn, someone was lazy to put 25s away.
Yeah.
And they just put on the 45s. I'm like, damn.
And also at the what is it? The squat machines?
Yeah.
Or the
Smith machines.
The one where you.
Oh, and it's connected to the machines and everything. Yeah, the Smith machine.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Sometimes people don't even put away the weights too.
Yeah.
They just go away, and then and it's like, okay, are they done or are they gonna still use it? Because I want to use it too, and it's always taken.
Right.
So.
I mean, aside from that, have you ever gotten someone to ask you to spot them at all? No. I haven't.
You have?
Yeah, just recently this month. It was so weird. It was Monday. I was doing chest and bicep, and I was like, doing the Z curls like this, and I rest for like a good minute, and then this very slim guy, but he's like very lean, and he's built. He comes over. He's like, hey, can you spot me really fast? I'm like, oh, sure, I guess. I look around to see if there's like anyone else who could spot him. But I guess with the way I look, right? I guess maybe he wanted someone strong. I'm not saying I'm strong. But I looked. I had the look. I had a Gymshark shirt and everything. But I go over. I spot him. He was doing like the chest incline. Oh yeah, incline bench press with dumbbells. And so he.
Wait, with dumbbells?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And so he was doing. I think he had like 65s. So I was. I've spotted before, but honestly, I was a little scared to spot just because, I don't know, like that was my first time spotting someone doing incline at Planet. But I've like spotted before at Augsburg and stuff like that too. But yeah, I don't know. It was it felt good. I guess.
I guess.
It felt good a little bit. Just
I mean, do you really need a spot to do that workout? I mean,
well, he only did 3 reps, but he said he's going really heavy. That's like the heaviest.
Okay.
Like afterwards, he said, "Oh yeah, that's the heaviest."
that's true. You did say he was kind of skinny. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, he was strong though.
Mm-hmm. And also, people that work at Planet Fitness, I don't know how they work there or work there like,
Overnight.
Yeah, overnight.
Yeah,
24/7.
yeah.
And it's like, damn, like I hope you get paid a lot to do this.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I wonder too. But I mean, they get paid to stand around
I guess, yeah.
at
True.
the front.
Yeah, sometimes I see them doing nothing.
Yeah, they're like I saw this guy who's on his phone the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of jobs, what was your first job ever? Or what was your first job?
My first job ever, I think I was a sophomore in high school. I worked at Kmart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
Kmart.
that.
You know, a very old store. I don't think a lot of people, I think younger than 15 years
Probably.
old.
Mm-hmm.
If you do have like a Kmart in your area, then you would know. But yeah, if you grew up and you never heard of Sears or Kmart, then yeah, they were the OG.
Sears it was like a JC Penney kind of.
Yeah,
And then Kmart is like
it was
like a Office Depot.
I guess yeah, literally.
I've only been in Kmart like twice.
Really?
Yeah, when I was like a little kid.
Really?
And I remember seeing just office stuff. I think right. They have that.
So Kmart. So I would say Kmart is basically the Walmart now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even though they don't have like a lot of groceries, they had a lot of food stuff. But then they had like all sorts of stuff, like office supplies, you name it. They sold couches, TVs. Man, working there, I hated it so much. I mean, it was like an entry level job, but as a sophomore in high school, I worked there. I think I got paid $9.50.
$9?
Yeah, back at the time.
Dang.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in all the times. Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I got paid $9.50, and then my job was to go around and put stuff away, basically.
A stock.
Yeah,
You're a
stock
stocker.
person.
Yeah.
And then if someone bought a couch or if someone bought a TV, I would help wheel it out to them and everything like that. But that shit was heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
What about you, Nevin? What was
yeah.
your first
My
job?
first job was at Goodwill. Yeah. I was the donation attendant. Yeah. So basically, have you been to Goodwill?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you donated stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So you just drive through.
Oh, you're the one that opens the garage?
Yeah, I open the garage, help you get the stuff out, put it away. Back then, it was harder, but now, like, they don't even do shit. You have to put it away, basically.
Wait, so when you say back then, was that you too?
Yeah,
Like
that was
you-
me. Yeah.
Like you had to go through all the hard stuff.
Yeah,
Everything.
mhm.
Oh, you were the one who like took everything out of their car.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
had to put it on the bench and
Yeah.
everything and sort it.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
rough stuff.
Yeah, clothes had to be on one basket, and then you have the other stuff, basically like anything else other than clothing goes in one box or basket. So yeah, and then my first day there, I remember there was like a crazy customer, and he just started talking about politics and Hillary Clinton and flat Earth, and I was like, damn, like is this how working is like? Yeah. And then let's see, I stayed there for 3 years. 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
For like the rest of high school, pretty
Yeah,
much. then?
basically 2016 to 2019 ish.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, anything else?
Oh, what's the craziest thing you've seen people donate?
It was a sex toy.
Really?
Yeah. My coworkers saw it, and they're like showing it to people, and I was like, bro, get that out of my face. And then they left it on the ground.
No
I was like, bro,
way.
I ain't picking that up.
No way. Someone would actually donate that?
Yeah, you'll see some
Wow.
crazy stuff. Actually, I've seen sex toys. I've seen
That's kind of gross.
Vegas cards that are men and women naked.
Oh, the Vegas cards?
Yeah, like
Are
playing
they?
cards.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
crazy. And there's other things too. You know, I've seen some cool stuff too. Like I've seen like albums. You know, like these old bands, and then I've seen like Gucci stuff, Adidas stuff.
Did you grab like the Gucci stuff for you?
No,
Or no.
no.
Or do you know if they were fake?
I don't know, to be honest. I can't really. I
Oh.
don't really know how to
Oh.
check, but I don't handle the clothing stuff.
Oh,
I handle
got
the
it.
furniture mostly.
Got
We price the furniture, and also like during when I turned 18, I was able to take a forklift class through Goodwill.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow, I
And
didn't
I-
know that.
yeah,
So what? So you could drive one?
yep.
You're certified?
Mm-hmm.
Even
I
even
was
till this
no,
this
no,
day?
no. It expired in like 2022.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, and then yeah. So before that though, like I was always in the donation area helping people. You know, I was a hard worker. You could ask my managers too. And then when I got my forklift license, I barely stayed in the donation area now
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, why? Were
because
you
I was a forklift driver.
Oh.
And like there was only like 3 people that knew how to drive the forklift. You know, besides all the managers too.
Oh,
and,
got
like,
it. Okay.
And you know, there was this one coworker. You know, they hated him, bro. Everyone hated him because he was so slow. You know.
You said the manager, right? Or the
for-
forklift?
Oh wait for me?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about one of the coworkers who like.
Oh, that was slow.
Yeah, they're just slow in general.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, at his job.
Oh, so he was no
And
manager or anything.
and no
like that.
manager,
Oh,
and he had
okay.
no license too for the forklift.
Oh, but he just used it.
Yeah, no. They just like he was just not good at his job.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then so he stayed in the back most of the time in the donation area, and I would help the other people in the warehouse, and I would drive the forklift, and yeah, I would do nothing, man. It was nice. But yeah,
Honestly, I think that's I forgot. I think I remember now, but I think I might have forgotten that you you took a class to drive the forklift and
Yeah.
everything, or learn how to handle the forklift.
and then I
stuff,
quit like 5 months after that.
too. You got free class.
Yeah,
And then you quit.
it was nice. But yeah, what was your next job?
My next job was it probably had to be Marshalls. I worked
Oh,
at
yeah.
Marshalls for I think a good year and a half or 2 years.
A lot of Roseville people worked there.
Yeah, yeah.
When you were working there too.
Yeah, a lot of friends we had
Mhm.
worked there. So that's why I got the job as well too. And so the funny thing about that was that Marshalls is a place where they sell a lot of name brands, right? And then unknown name brands as well too. But then as workers, right, we are exposed to like the good stuff first because we're the one who puts it away and all that stuff. And I just remember I opened the store, and so I was the one who handled men's clothing and all the men's sports stuff. And so I was like, okay, if I find something really good, I have to hide it.
Oh my gosh,
Or
you thief.
no, like I hide it, not saying like in the back or anything, but when I put it or
when you-
restock it,
Yeah. Mhm.
I just put it in a spot where no one would really check, or else I just, put it or block it pretty much. Put it either like put it in the middle or in the far back, and then just fill up everything else. But then after my shift would be done, I would go and buy the item right away. And so like all like so for example, Nike socks, like the really good ones, I got it from Marshalls. I think some tennis clothing I got from Marshalls as well. Some really nice belts, like fashion belts and stuff like that, Marshalls. Socks, dress socks, Marshalls. Like you can name it. I got a lot of good stuff from Marshalls, and then plus the discount as well too. And then and then I also knew like a lot of my managers really well too, and they liked me a lot. But it wasn't until we graduated, and then I was planning to quit, and I gave my 2 weeks notice, and then my manager came up to me. She was like, like, why don't you just be like, we really like you, and why don't you give it a thought about working 1 day a month? And then I'm like, damn, you could do that? You could work
Yeah, you
one
can.
day a month? I never knew. That was my first time ever experiencing a manager asking me that. I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm gonna find another job somewhere else, or do work study when I go to college and everything. And then she said, oh, well, if you ever need, a job or something during the summer, you just always come back. So I was like,
Wow.
oh, cool.
So nice.
I know, right?
And like, yeah, I wouldn't taken it too if it's only once a month.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they would have been more flexible too if you want like
Right.
2-3 days a week. But
Mhm.
I mean, that's pretty nice. I think that's how like retail workers or
Yeah.
retail workplaces like to like they're flexible with high schoolers and
And, like,
younger people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but okay, so when you're getting those high end brands,
Mhm.
are they're legit, right?
It's legit.
So you do get like Gucci?
No, I've never seen Gucci.
Okay.
I think the only Gucci thing I've seen is,
Michael Kors?
or the only very high end brand, or like, what is it? Well known, I
Mhm.
guess, is Michael Kors. Is there a lot. The only Gucci thing I've seen is like,
Gucci's a brand.
yeah.
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 Oh, so you're okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the only Gucci item I've ever seen is more of cologne
Oh, okay.
or perfume but then that's usually like either locked up or placed somewhere.
So how does that work? Like, do they just those high end brands
Mhm.
end up at Marshalls? Like, are they just stuff that they can't sell no more, and they bring it to Marshalls?
Yeah, I honestly think so. I think it's things that either they no longer carry at other official stores
Okay.
anymore,
Mhm.
or else it's something that's been discontinued for sure.
Mm.
Because I've seen some Nike or Adidas socks that I get from Marshalls, and I look it up online and I don't ever see it.
Mm.
The same, and like, it's super good stuff. I look it up on their official website and I don't ever find it.
Mm.
Even going to like the outlet, the factory stores, like, it's kind of similar to that. Have you been to the outlet
Yeah.
in Egan?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that, like that type of quality, but it's just the outlet it's better, like 2 times better.
Okay.
Mhm.
I got it.
But I recently went back to that same exact Marshalls. I think maybe they have like different management now and everything. I mean, it's been what, six years now.
been
I'm
a long
not
time.
surprised. Yeah, but I remember the perfume and the cologne. They would have tags on it. You know how like the security tags and everything.
Yeah.
Now, like, I recently went back. It's in a glass case and everything, super secured and everything like that. So I was like, dang, they really stepped up their security game.
Yeah, that area is
Yeah.
people steal. I was
Yeah,
there
yeah.
like a month ago. Not Marshalls, but the store next to it,
Mm-hmm.
Home Goods. And there is these two thieves. They just walked out with like blankets and
A whole bunch
other
of stuff.
a whole bunch of stuff. And then they walked right past me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then there was this guy who was trying to stop them and running after them. And then
Was it a worker or just a
yeah, I don't know.
Good Samaritan?
I think a good Samaritan.
Okay.
Because he didn't look like a worker. It was just some guy in some weird shirt, and I was like, okay, is he a worker, a security guard? I don't know, but yeah. And then they just left. They just ran to the car. Yeah, and nothing happened.
Same thing at Kmart.
Mhm.
Like, when I first time worked there, they were like, oh yeah, if anyone steals, you can't really stop them, so don't even try.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Yeah.
Because if you do something, then they can sue you.
Yeah,
Or something.
and sue the company, and they lose even more money,
Yeah,
and then they fire you.
yeah.
at the end.
That's a weird loophole,
Yeah.
I guess.
And then even one time, this lady, it was like around 9 p.m. This lady was scared. Her and her daughter, they were like, "Oh my God, someone's gonna get us because we have a lot of stuff that we bought." It was at Kmart, and then my manager calls me, and she was like, "Oh, can you walk this lady out to her car?" And I'm like looking, I'm like, "What the? Why me? Out of all people?" And then my manager pulls me to the side, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you just walk her out to her car, and that'll be it." And I'm like, "Bro, are you serious?"
Come on, you were a child.
I know, right?
That
I
should
was-
be illegal.
Right. And then so did not know my rights or anything like that, right? And so I go out and come back in, and one of my coworkers, he was like, Yeah, man. I offered to go because I'm black and stuff. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my god.
and I was like, well, I mean,
Are you trying to say something?
no. He said that to me.
Oh,
He said that.
he
He's
said
legit.
that.
He
Okay.
legit said that. He was like, yeah, I'm black, and I offered to go with her, but she said she wanted someone else, and when you came, you look tough, and I'm like, bro, how? What the heck?
That's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Uh, so for my next job after Goodwill, it was FedEx, but that was only for like a week and a half. Or actually,
Wait, you
just a
worked
week.
at FedEx?
Yeah, for 1
Wow.
week. 1 week.
Oh, was it? I'm assuming because it was a lot of heavy work, right?
Yeah, so it was basically 3 days of training,
Mm-hmm.
like just sitting there, doing nothing.
Doing modules and stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then the next few days is just hauling stuff into the truck, and everything was just so fast paced, and I couldn't stack all the heavy stuff because I was so skinny and small. Yeah, and then
Short.
yeah, that too. I remember the last day of training, I was so sick. I was like throwing up too before I went to go training, because I had Buffalo Wild Wings before, or the day before, so I knew I had food poisoning or something like that.
From eating.
Yeah,
Damn,
mhm.
that's
And my
rough.
stomach was hurting too. It was running, and I took like Pepto-Bismol too.
So you're
and-
just running.
Yeah,
Like,
and
everything
then-
was just going through your system
yeah.
super fast.
and I went to go train. I was debating like, fuck, like, do I go or do I not? So I went either way, and like, I took like 6 Pepto-Bismols that day.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Like pills or
Yeah,
the
pills.
Oh,
And then when I came back home, luckily I didn't puke or anything when I
Yeah.
was at FedEx. And when I got home, I just puked out orange.
damn.
Yeah, and in the toilet, I was like, damn. Like, and then after that, I felt better. Yeah, FedEx, man, it was really hard.
So how did you leave FedEx?
Oh, I just didn't
You
know
know.
call no show.
Oh,
Yeah,
seriously?
but I still got paid.
But did you do I mean, you didn't do 2 weeks notice. You just
No,
just never went back ever.
no. Literally after 7 days,
Uh-huh.
I just didn't show up no more. And they even called me, and I just didn't pick up, call back, and I was like, dude, like that job is crazy. I can't do that.
This other girl I know, she went to go work for FedEx, and then she quit after 3 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, was she the one like putting stuff in the truck?
I honestly, I feel like everyone works. They do that.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I feel like when you work for FedEx.
I mean, that was kind of high paying too. I
Yeah,
mean, back
19,
then.
19,
No,
or
for me
17?
it was like 15.
15.
Yeah.
Oh.
Back 2016.
Oh.
Or not 26, 2018, 19.
I think 17 then. Had to
Yeah.
be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was kind of high.
Yeah.
But I still got paid, and didn't show up after 7 days. So. Okay, your job after Kmart. What was next?
Oh man, I remember working at the dairy barn for the state fair one summer. I forgot which summer. Maybe it was even before Marshall's.
I think it was because I remember in Avid we talk about it.
Yeah, and so I worked. I think it was before Marshall's and everything, but yeah, I worked at the freaking dairy barn, and I just remember going to the interview and everything. They're like they put so much pressure because they're like you have to be super competitive, all this stuff.
Competitive.
Yeah,
What's?
because I mean it's a group interview.
Oh, for the okay.
Yeah, for the dairy barn, or I guess for if you want to work at the state fair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As a high schooler. And so I went in. They put the register in front of you because there's certain positions where you get paid the highest and you get paid the lowest. So if you make the ice cream, you get paid less than the people who works at the cashier and stuff. So during the time when I worked there, it's not as digital like now. But back in when I was there, we had the old school cashier machines.
Yeah.
So it was like straight up, we handle cash and everything straight up. And then now I go to the state fair and go to the dairy barn. It's just you can use your card and everything now.
Everything's technology
Yeah.
updated. Yeah.
Yeah. So went to the interview, sat in a group of I think there was like 3 other people there too. My brother was waiting in the car outside for me, and then did an interview. I think I ask some random questions like, oh, how much will I get paid, or just some entry level questions to get them excited for me. And then boom, I got a call in the summer, and then I got paid overtime and stuff like that too. But yeah, I honestly, like, when you work at the dairy barn, you get to eat as much ice cream, as much cheese curds, unfried cheese curds, and as much yogurt as you want when you're working currently. Or no. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, you get to eat as much as you want, but only when you're on break and everything like that. But yeah, I had a pretty fun time, but it was super tiring, super exhausting.
So then what did you do? Were you the cashier?
Yeah, I was a cashier. Okay. Yeah, I was a cashier. Right, I forgot to say that. So I was a cashier, handled everything. They're super strict during the time when we had to handle the money, because they were like, oh yeah, people stole from us.
Dang.
Yeah, like they would put like a whole, like, because when you get off of your cashier machine, you leave the little booth that you're in, and you have to stay there until they count all the money and they look at all your receipts, and then you could go. Yeah, so they're really strict on it. I don't think now they are, but yeah, when I was there, they just made sure that
you weren't stealing.
I was not stealing, and all their money was there. Because I get it. We're high schoolers. That's probably the most money we've ever handled in cash, especially during the state fair too. So I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually wanted to work at state fair too, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna skip on that. So I didn't do it.
Which one were you gonna apply to?
I don't know. I just remember thinking about it.
Oh,
yeah,
got it.
because I remember you guys were doing it, so I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know. I didn't really want to.
I think 2 or 3 other people I knew worked at the dairy barn with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. So for my next job was at Hobby Lobby, and I only stayed there for a month, and it was so boring. So Hobby Lobby, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hobby Lobby is like a arts and craft store, and it's a Christian company too. So we never worked on Sundays as well.
That's nice.
I guess.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
if you don't go to church.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, it was so boring. Like, and plus it was during my first week there, it was so hard telling people like where stuff are, because we don't even have signs. And there's like no signs for like,
Is it just aisle numbers?
Yeah, no, there's no aisle numbers too.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like just shelves, no signs. And like when I was working at the cashier, people will come in and be like, hey, do you know where this thing is? And I'm like, I don't know. And I would just have to like lie. Like I would just be like, oh, it's over here in the middle, just a little bit towards the right.
If you keep going that direction, you will find it.
Yeah. And I was getting so frustrated. I was like, and there was like nobody with me too. And it's like, oh my god.
Oh, you were the only one at the cash registers?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
it wasn't always busy too. So, you just get to be by yourself. Gosh, it was so boring. And it's so frustrating. But then like after like, I don't know, 2 weeks, I started to get used to it. Like, oh, just go over here. The things are over there, blah, blah, blah. And also like when we ring people up, we don't scan. We have to type.
Each item?
Yeah, we have to type the price for each item. And we have to make sure that, so we type the price and then we type what the item is. And the item that we get, or the customers get, like we don't even know like
what the
label
price is.
Yeah, the label of the item is. Like is it like is it a household? Is it a duct tape? Is it this? Is it arts and crafts or whatever? So then I'll be like, you know what? I'm just gonna guess. So I would.
So you gave them discounts pretty much.
Yeah, basically. I'll be like, okay, they gave me like these like, I don't know, like bracelets. Okay, $5.99. Type that in. Okay, what's the item? Is it accessories or arts and crafts? I'm like, it looks like arts and crafts, but it looks like it'd be accessories. So I just choose like, one of them, whatever each one is. But yeah, that was the most annoying part, and they still do it. Yeah.
Have you like gone back?
Yeah, I've gone back to get like some duct tape and stuff.
And then they still like...
Yeah, they still type it. And I'm like, dang, like they need to upgrade. And also for the furniture, like if you go in there, you'll see like stools that are like stacked up high, and like you have to use a ladder to get them down.
Each one.
Yeah.
If you want like the one in the middle, then they would have to take it all down, grab the one, and then put everything back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's so annoying. But yeah, that was my time there. We knew some people that worked there too before I worked there. Yeah, and also when I apply for the job, or when they interview you, you have to take a test.
A math test, right?
Yeah, math test.
Yeah, I remember you saying something like that.
Yeah, I know, and it was like just percentages and discounts and all that.
They looked at you. They're like, "No, you don't have to take it."
I had to take it, and then like I was so nervous.
You looked the part. They crossed your name off.
I was so nervous, and even the manager was like, people get so nervous when I'm in here. I'm gonna just go leave, and you can finish it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I took my phone out. I was like, okay.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah.
Can't believe you, cheater.
Yeah, I would recommend anybody who wants to work at an arts and craft store, don't. It's so boring.
I mean, unless you like it.
Unless you like it, but it's so boring. Anyway.
How much did you get paid?
I think it was
like 11 or 10.
No, it has to be like 12.
Oh.
11 or 12 around there. Yeah.
Not bad. I would rather work there than when I worked at Kmart, man. $9.50. True. During that time. Oh my gosh.
True. And plus Kmart was dying, so it sucks for you, man.
Dude, seriously. Yeah, that reminds me when you said that you didn't know where everything was, and you just kind of like lied to people. The very first like month I worked at Kmart, I just explored the whole store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went to every like single aisle, so I knew where everything was. And so when people asked me, I thought I was like, oh yeah, it's over there. I was like, just take a left, go straight, right, it's right there. And then honestly, like, because I think the first week they're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna really call on you to do stuff because you don't really know what to do, but we'll train you at the cashier and stuff like that. Yeah. They never used me to come do cashier stuff. They put me on the floor just to go organize stuff. Okay,
so that reminds me at my time of Hobby Lobby. One of the times there was a rude customer that came. Okay, so basically, Hobby Lobby, it's so weird. Every week or every day, it's a different discount for each different type of
home goods stuff.
Yeah, home goods, accessories, arts and crafts. So then, like, this customer came at the cashier when I was working, and I was like, okay, well, I just ringed her up, and then I was looking at this item. I was like, and I just asked politely. I was like, oh, did you get this at the 50% off shelf? She was like, I don't know. You tell me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then luckily my manager was right next to me, so I was like, hey, is this thing 50% off today? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. She was like, just give it to her. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I just typed it in. Yeah, and I just gave her the discount.
I feel like you told me and like our other friends that a lot of your coworkers were like old ladies, right?
Yeah, it was mostly girls. It was me and another guy, and he was our age too. He was like this half black, half Korean guy. Yeah, it was so boring. Anyway, go. What's your? Wait,
I have another question.
Oh, okay, go on.
Would you ever give people like super discounted prices when you were cashier?
Oh yeah,
at Hobby Lobby. Mm-hmm. Like, would you ever feel it'll be $1 today?
Yeah, especially like my other jobs too. I'll be like, I'll just give it to you. I don't care.
Oh
yeah.
Well, then have you ever bought stuff for you and then just like discounted? Like for example, at Goodwill, I know that you got your speaker that you labeled for like $10 or $5 or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, basically. So you just. It's either you do it yourself, and then when you're on your break, you go, put out the item, buy it, or else, and then for like the other items that I don't handle, then you ask the other coworkers that handle it
to hold it for you.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, can you hold it for me, and also can you price it? Good.
Nice.
They're like, okay, yeah, and then they go put it out, and then you go find it on your break and just go buy it.
Oh, that's the same thing as for Marshall. If you have an item that you're putting out and you like it, or if it's on the floor, you just bring it to the cashier and be like, oh, yeah, hold this for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we have first dibs to a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, the other, like some other jobs I had was definitely. It's like I did it for volunteering, and then I also got paid to do it too. But I was a political, or not political, but I was a canvasser slash organizer. And for many people that who don't know, or if you do know, regardless, that's a person who goes and basically go door knock or phone bank to advocate or to tell people to either go vote or to support this campaign that you're phone banking or door knocking for. So that's why I did. So I'm those annoying people who would come and knock your door and be like, hey, have you voted yet? You know? Or I would call your cell phone and then you would answer back saying, how did you get my phone number? And don't ever call back. So I was that person. And I think I've done phone banking and canvassing ever since I was like 10 or 11.
Dang.
Yeah, so
started out young.
Dude, I was like, I've already been doing political stuff. I think when I was 8, like I would just go and like walk. Like my sister or my brothers, they would go door knocking. I would just be their buddy to hold their stuff, and then they would do the talking. But yeah, I mostly basically got groomed and pushed into that type of field. So I'm really experienced into doing phone banking or door knocking, and then it even led me to being a assistant campaign manager, where I also got to train people how to canvass or people how to door knock or phone bank. And then I also cut up like turfs, that's what we call it. Yeah, I did that. And then
you got paid for that too, right?
Yeah, I got paid for that. Pretty much I did a lot of that work, a lot of volunteering work, like for half of doing canvassing stuff and organizing. But yeah, it's hard work. It's repetitive hard work. But I felt like it mostly helped with my public speaking skills, just because you go and knock on random people's houses or you call random people just to tell them or just to have a conversation with them, and you try to persuade them to go vote or go do the thing that you're like in the campaign for. And so that's mostly how I felt, is that one, public speaking, you gain a lot of experience for it. And then two is that you start having confidence to start either persuading people or you start to have, I guess it's similar to sales.
Yeah.
You go door to door and you talk to people. It's kind of like that. I think you start building up the confidence and understanding how the regular human or the nature of like how people are. Because, they have like they have a wall up at first, and then until you start to get to know them, you
open up.
Yeah, you open up. They open up. You guys both get familiar, and then that's when you strike. You're
whoa.
But yeah, that's mostly it. I've even had, I think you come help.
Yeah. Not door knock, but just some campaign stuff. I remember doing the parade.
Yeah.
I think that's it, really. That was pretty fun. I remember I saw. You remember?
You saw your girlfriend or your ex?
My ex.
Your ex, right?
Oh, that was funny. Oh man.
You even went up
cringe.
to her, kissed her. Or you kissed her, or you hugged her, or something.
I don't know.
During the parade, dude, I remember it was like the White Bear parade.
Yeah,
or
White
something
Bear.
Like that.
Yeah, cringe.
You were in love with her.
Stop.
Hey,
Stop.
But that was the.
That was high school.
High school.
Early high school.
Yeah, early high school.
Disgusting.
You haven't met. You didn't meet your true love yet.
Yes, right, you're right.
Like
you're
right
right
now.
Yes. Okay. For my next job after Hobby Lobby was Target. You remember that?
Yeah. You worked there for a while too.
Yeah, and also while I was at Target, I was also working at school. Remember, I was a student teacher assistant too.
Oh yeah.
Or student professor. Yeah, an assistant. Yeah. And I didn't even get an interview for that position too.
Oh, you just got it?
Yeah, they were in need for someone so bad. They were like, hey, or one of the recruiters messaged me like, hey, like we need someone. I think you're a great fit. Blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll take it.
Nice.
Put it on the resume.
How much did you get paid?
That was only like, I think 15.
Really?
Yeah.
What? I thought you got paid more.
No, it was 15.
I swear,
No.
I thought you got paid more.
No, it was, yeah, around 14 or 15. And then while I was working at Target, it was 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're working 2 jobs.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, it was rough. I remember I would, after classes, I'll come home, nap, go to work at Target. Oh my gosh, it was so tiring. And let's see.
You're basically getting $30 in.
Yeah, but I mean, I barely.
But-
the hours weren't that good too, because it was only
Yeah.
like 4 hours, like
A week,
two,
right?
3 days a week. Yeah.
Oh. But I mean, they worked it out with your schedule. Like,
Yeah.
You only work for like an hour. Right?
At Target.
No. At,
The assistant.
student, yes, or assistant.
Um.
You would only work for like either 1 hour or 2.
Yeah, and then there are some
much.
requirement days too
Yeah.
that you have to,
Yeah.
have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the second time I had to meet with the students.
Mm-hmm.
I just I was like, okay, after the professor talked, and it was my turn, and the professor left. I was like, okay, guys, I'm just gonna introduce myself, and then we're just gonna watch a movie. That's it. We were after I introduced myself with the PowerPoint, and I put on the movie Around the World in 80 Days with Jackie Chan.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's
What
a good
the
movie,
heck?
man. Even the students are like, "Hey, what movie is this?" I'm like, "What?" Or the ones that just came in late. They're like, "What
yeah.
movie is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's this movie."
Wait, is that movie the one where him and the white guy, the actor?
Yeah,
Right?
mhm.
It's more Western, or they go to different
Yeah, they go to different
towns
countries.
or countries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's funny.
yeah. And then my
Wow.
time at Target, it was all right. It was during COVID too, so it was kind of a rough.
Was
time.
it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Damn. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So there were times where it's like, okay, am I gonna get
Fired.
beat up or something?
Oh.
Because I was Asian.
Oh yeah.
There was a
Asian
lot
hate.
of white people that shop there,
Yeah.
and every time there was a minority near me,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be like, okay, I kind of feel more safe,
Oh, I get what
Yeah,
you mean. I get
mhm.
what you mean.
But I didn't deal with any racism
Mhm.
during
That's good.
during that time, so it was good. But I dealt with stupid customers.
Again?
Yeah, dude, there's this lady.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's so annoying. She's this old lady.
Damn, it's ingrained in your
Yeah,
memory.
dude,
That-
I would
that
see her coming
customer.
and when I see her, I'm like, oh, it's this lady. And
Yeah.
then one time she was asking me for help, looking for something, and I was like, okay, show me. You have a picture, blah blah blah. She showed me. I was like, let me double check around the area. I think we have it, but I'll help you look for it. But she's like, what? Really? You don't even know where this is? I have ice cream in the car. It's gonna melt. And I need this right
rough.
away. You can't even help me. And I just ignored her the whole time. I just let her talk her shit because I've dealt with her before, and this is just what she does. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go look for it. And then she was like, can I talk to your manager? I'm like, okay. Call my manager. Comes, help her. That's
Just
it.
walk away.
Yeah, walk away. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. All right. Yeah.
Damn.
She came by a lot of times. Yeah. It's just one of those customers. I was like, okay, well, I know how to handle this person.
You know, what you should be.
What?
Or you should have said next time. You'd be like, if the next time she asks you should have been like, oh, ice cream melting, right? Damn, that's pretty funny. I think I've had another experience when I worked at Marshall's, where, oh no, it was not Marshall's. It was at the Dairy Barn, and certain people, they have like allergy stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so this lady, she was asking me, oh, so what are like your nut free or gluten free items, or milkshakes or something like that.
But everything there's dairy, right?
Yeah. But then we do have some like.
Oh, you guys do?
Or I think it was
Oh.
like nut free or something.
Wow. Oh, nut free, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, she was like, oh yeah, I'm allergic to like nuts or something. I just remember something like that, and I'm like, okay, well these items, they don't have it, and so like if you order these, then you should be fine. And then she orders like the one that has nuts.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, wait, but that one has nuts. And she's like, oh, yeah, that one. Then I'm like, okay.
Oh my
And then she
gosh.
pays for it. And she comes back. She was like, "Wait, you put the wrong one. I'm allergic to nuts." I'm like, "Well, I told you that it had nuts, and you said okay." So I'm like, "Did you like just go tell them that you're allergic to nuts, and you just get something else. It's the same price." And so, well, my manager came, and then like that's when I told her, and then my manager was like, "Yeah, if you're allergic to nuts and stuff, then yeah, just tell them." It's the same price and everything.
My gosh. Jeez.
Yeah, but I was like so confused because I told her, I legit again told her that one had nuts. Like, aren't you allergic to nuts? And then she still ordered it, and I'm like, what the? It doesn't make sense. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Stupid. Yep. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I worked at school too at Augsburg, but I know you did too. So what was that job?
So I was I think my sophomore year at Augsburg, I was an orientation leader during COVID. It was during COVID.
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah.
That shit was rough, man. Because everything that we did through training, everything, it had to be online. And so remember, at Augsburg, for orientation leaders, you were a part of this video, or you're a part of this show or movie thing, or skit play thing that you have to be a part of. And so I think we were the first year of orientation leaders to ever be filmed. And so they forever will have that video forever. So if they get lazy with their, like, the next generation of orientation leaders, they're just going to play that video so that other school, like, different years could just watch it. And so I'm like, damn, that's one of the roughest things I had to basically endure, pretty much, because it was like everything was online. We weren't really used to being online and everything like that too. But at the same time, it was pretty good money though. I sat in meetings and got paid.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay.
And then but the most difficult thing was that I had to be in, me and my other partner, we were stuck in different groups. And so we would have to keep the same energy up each time. So we're like, yeah, come on, let's go. Yeah. We could do it. To pick that fake persona and everything. And then once, like, the freshmen, they see us outside of that, we're like, oh yeah, hey, what's up? Like, we're out of that life. You don't remember us from that life, pretty much. So I think another hard thing, I would say the hardest thing, right, is man, this is pretty rough. But my ex was out of all the entire groups.
I forgot she went to school with us. I forgot.
Yeah, so we had 12 groups, I think. 12 orientation groups. And I saw her name in the list of freshmen that we got. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's many different people with this name, including last name too. I think it should be okay. I don't think it's her. Boom. She's in my group. And I see her with her camera on. I'm like, oh, damn, it's actually her. Like, damn, I didn't think that she would come to, like, the same college and stuff like that. And so I, super professional, didn't even do anything, ask each people to introduce themselves. And then the worst thing, we had to break off into different small groups. And of course, she had to be in my group. And so, same with the same professionalism.
No, it was a sign.
It was not a sign. Yeah, it was a sign for get away as fast as possible. But no, it was all mutual though. It was all mutual. So that's why I was able to, keep the good professionalism as well too, and then also be mature about it.
Wow.
Even though, like, I was laughing and making all jokes, it's I'm.
So you didn't talk to her at all, right?
No, I did, but it was like more of like I was someone who was there to guide freshmen.
Wow.
Yep. And then we had I also saw her in person too. Her and her brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said hi to them.
And then she moved to a different university after, right?
Honestly, I don't know. I saw her once at the labs.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like working. I was working in the building, in the science building, and then I think I saw her. I don't know. Like I just kept to myself and studied, and then she just either it was her or it was not, but I definitely do think it was her, and so I just saw her walk, and then I just never seen her ever again.
You just unlocked the whole memory. I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah, I if I was to relive that whole like orientation leader job thing, I think I would live it again just cause getting to know everyone in that team. I think that was a memory that you could never achieve or get ever again. So I think that was I'm only there for like the experience. But if we're paid, no. Not worth it.
For my next job, I also worked at school again. And I also found a different job at Salvation Army. So at school, my job was to basically be in the office, print stuff, data entry, put stuff in the computer. That's it. It was so boring. I only worked like 2 hours. It was extra money. And like I worked there for like what, a month, 2 months? And like I still wouldn't like know what I'm doing. I would still have to ask questions. Oh my gosh, it was so confusing. And then at my other job at Salvation Army, I was a data entry assistant.
But you didn't do much either.
Yeah, I didn't do much either. I was in my office just typing stuff in the computer, stuff we get from paperwork, basically, put in the computer. And, I just didn't really do much. I just sat there, did nothing.
On your phone.
Yeah. I liked the job, though. It was cool. It was easy. And then from my school job, I quit after 2 months because I was like, I can't handle 2 jobs and then school too at the same time no more. And then I stuck with my Salvation Army job. And so basically the job there, it was like a temporary job.
Yeah.
And then after that the temporary job ended, they were like, okay.
They extended it.
Yeah,
right?
they extended it. They were like, okay, yeah, we still want you, so we're gonna hire you here at this location. And I was a caseworker and a data entry assistant as well still. Cool. And I did the same thing, but something different was I just helped the front desk with clients. I just, helped them sign in, give them food, give them services that we had. That's about it. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, and we only opened for like 4 hours too.
Serious?
Yeah, it was always 10 to 2, Monday through Thursday, and then Fridays is like 11 to 3.
So were you working part time or full time?
It was
part time, right? Because you were still.
Yeah, part time.
Part time. Because I mean, even if they closed, were you still working past those hours or?
Yeah, a little bit. Because past hours too, we have after school programs, or we have
after school.
we have programs after like 5 or 6.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I will be the only one in the office, but there will be people like in the gym, in the other parts of the building.
Oh,
so
okay. Doing stuff like workshops or anything else. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was.
That makes a lot of sense.
It was kind of scary sometimes, man.
Because you were alone.
Yeah, I was alone, and
dark.
it was dark. And there were times I was so tired I would hallucinate.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, were the hallways dark?
Yeah.
Oh, so you had your own office?
Yeah, I had my own office.
Damn.
Sometimes the office, it gets so late. The hall. Sometimes the lights are on. Sometimes the lights are off.
Yeah.
But like farther away in the hallway, it's dark.
So is it like motion sensor lights?
No.
As well? No. Oh.
Yeah.
So they just turn off?
Yeah.
What the heck? Okay.
No, like there's light switch.
Oh yeah. So they turn off the light.
Yeah.
Even if you're still working there.
Wow. And there was also a janitor there too, and he was chill.
You're like, janitor, are you there? You hear, yeah, I'm behind you.
Yeah, I figured out like when I'm like exhausted and just tired, I hallucinate. Not bad, but I hallucinate just a little bit.
Yeah. Like, what do you see then?
So one time I was working on my laptop like this.
And
then like the door is right here.
Oh, is it? They have the glass window too, right?
Yeah. But my door's open.
Oh, got it.
And then I just like will work, and like at the corner of my eye, I would see like a figure, and I would look up. I'm like, oh, just hallucinating.
Oh shit.
And I just go back to work.
Oh, so you're more. You're more imagining,
Yeah, because I
not
was so
not
tired. Yeah,
hallucinating.
I'm just sleep deprived, basically.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
feel like hallucinate and imagining is like a whole
Oh,
different. Like,
okay.
I feel like
I don't know.
hallucinate, they're like there
I
and
don't know.
like it's like you see it right in front of you. But if you imagine, then
I
yeah, I feel
guess,
like
okay,
that's
imagine. My
yeah,
imagination
yeah.
went crazy.
Because you were scared and you were alone,
Yeah.
pretty much. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's just, yeah, and then I'm on my job right now. I like it, It's we don't work weekends,
Nice, nice.
typical office job, easy. Okay. Now move on to your last job.
So, I think during my junior year, yeah, I think during my junior year, I worked at CSL Plasma. So it's a place where you typically would donate plasma. And so what my job was, I was called a donor support technician, where I would set up the machines to intake the blood from the person, and then that machine would filter out the plasma from your blood, and then it will just bring your blood back to you. But then it's just separating the plasma. And so that was my job, setting up the machines for the phlebotomist to come and poke the needle into their arm, into the vein, get the blood and everything. And then I eventually moved up into working inside the lab, because I told them that I wanted to do more lab stuff. And so they were like, and so the manager and I, we were cool. I got to know like some of the like administrative people too. And so I also got to know them pretty well. And then I got to know my manager pretty well too. And it's honestly, I would say that was like the most chill place. But I think it was juggling my classes and then having that job as well too. That was pretty hard, because they wanted you there a lot, and they weren't as flexible to my school schedule too. But then but overall, yeah, I worked in the lab, and then and working in the lab, it was like, it was fun, because I got to handle like a whole bunch of labeling stuff, and it was easy, like super easy. The only difficult thing was testing the blood and sending that into like, and putting it into the freezer. But I would say the very first time I worked at the lab, and they trained me and everything, so I did everything right. And we have two freezers. There's one for like a certain time period, and there's one for the evening period. So they never explained to me which freezer to put it in. And so I remember working I think starting at 3 p.m. And then so when you worked the shift of 3 to like 6 or 3 to 5, you have to put it into the freezer on the left. And then once it's like past 6 p.m., then you put it in the right freezer. But during that whole entire shift, so I worked like a 6-hour, 8-hour shift. No, yeah, just 6-hour shift, because I was part-time. I put everything in the left.
Whoa.
In the left freezer. And so did everything. Next week comes up, I work again. And then one of like the assistant manager, he comes up to me. He was like, "Oh yeah, here, let me show you something." And then he explains to me, "Yeah, so we had to work extra hard last week, because you put like all these tubes wrong, and you put it all in the left, or in the like which freezer, and you put it in the wrong freezer. And so we just had to go back and organize everything again." And I'm like, "Oh dang!" I was like, "Oh, like I'm so sorry. I didn't know like or anything like that." They're like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. It was your first day working in the lab back here, and so it's perfectly fine. Just like next time, just make sure that you just look at the time and just make sure that it goes to the right freezer." But damn, I remember working in bringing those tubes and stuff into the freezer. That freezer was cold.
Has to be.
Yeah, and then especially during the times where it was winter, and I come outside, go in there, and then go into the freezer, I was like, holy crap. And then I would say the worst thing was cleaning up and then setting everything for the next shift to come, because we would stay there until like 12 working. We would work until 12. I think you remember. Because I would come home, or I'd come back to the dorm super late.
Yeah.
And like I'm super tired, and then I still had to do homework, still had to study, and then I would stay up to like 2 a.m. studying or doing homework. And then, man, I just think that, damn, that was pretty rough. It was pretty rough.
Yeah,
man.
I remember you coming home so late. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
bro.
and I would eat late
Yeah,
too.
I don't know how you
Man.
do it, man. If I were you right now, I can't. I would just focus on school.
Mm-hmm. And then I quit after like either 6 months, or like
After you didn't quit after you were done with school?
no.
No.
I quit like after 6 months, pretty much.
Okay.
I think within like the second semester of our junior year, and like half of it, because yeah, I was like, I couldn't do it anymore. It was pretty hard. And the funny thing was, there was another student, a U of M student, working with me.
Oh yeah.
And he quit earlier than me. He quit within like 2 months, because he said that his classes were getting too hard, and then working at that place too was taking too much time. And then that's when I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm getting paid pretty good. I'm getting paid 17, working there, 17.50, and like all the people that I worked with, all the phlebotomists, all the people who does the same thing as me, like they're all cool and chill. None of them my age, but they're all cool and stuff. And but I think the only issue was the timing and like the scheduling and everything like that.
Dang, man. That's if I was becoming a medical student, man, I would have no friends. I would be up all night studying, but luckily that's not me.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like if I was to go back, I would have chosen to work anywhere else. Honestly, I would have chosen. I think if I was to go back, I wouldn't have worked at the plasma place. I think I would work at just doing data entry.
Yeah,
I would rather prefer that.
Yeah, I guess.
It's more chill.
But for your major, you wanted to go for something that matches with it.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
All right. So to conclude our conversation today, what advice should we give to the younger people for their, first job, or what to do or what not to do?
Let's start with high school.
Okay.
And then we'll get into the college part.
Okay.
So I think definitely for high school, I think if you want to work, right, get into the work field and just get some pocket money for you to spend either at school or anything like that, I would highly recommend either doing retail, because a lot of people would hire a lot of part-time, or else if you are connected already with other people, I would go work as a receptionist. I feel like that's the easiest, because I know some people, they had cousins or aunts or uncles own nail salons, and they would just go work in the nail salon as like the person who signs people in, just like that easy stuff. But I honestly feel like retail is the best thing.
Yeah, I would say retail is good as well. I would not recommend fast food, even though I've never worked in fast food, but just seeing how they work, I wouldn't recommend it. Retail is good. Yeah, receptionist is good as well, because you're also using a little bit of computer skills, and I mean, if you're like in high school, I think for sure you're gonna it's either retail, fast food, or just something else that's gonna get paid like 15 only. Minimum wage. So it's like you have to start from the bottom.
Yep. Also, I totally forgot about this, and I think they still have the program here in St. Paul. But if you are a St. Paul resident, and if you are a student in high school, I believe either freshman to senior, but if you're a senior right now and you're about to, even if you're going to graduate and like this year, there is a program called Youth Right Track, where you could intern for certain companies or certain local workplaces, and they pay you a lot. I don't know how much they pay now, but when I worked as an intern, I think my first year I worked at Excel, the company, the electric company, and then the second year I worked for the city of St. Paul. But I mean, overall, you're employed by the city of St. Paul, through that program. But yeah, highly recommend Youth Right Track. We'll put the link here or something. But yeah, highly recommend that for St. Paul resident only, high school.
Yeah.
student.
I would say like just, with customers, in retail, fast food, just be really patient as much as you can,
Yeah.
and if your manager doesn't try to, help you or back you up, then that's kind of a sign that you should leave and find some other place that'll treat you better. I think that's like the number one thing too. You want to make sure your manager is good and has your back and teaches you really good, and your coworkers are good too.
Another
Yeah.
thing is make sure that if you're gonna quit, 2 weeks notice as well.
Mhm.
Regardless of if you're gonna work in a job in college or during high school. And also it's good for your record to also work there consistently with like no bad like attendance or anything like that, but to have consistent work attendance for about 6 months. It just kind of shows that you're committed
Yeah.
overall.
Okay, moving on to the college kids. So for college kids who want to work, I would say make sure that job is very flexible. You come first because college is damn hard. Make sure your homework is done. School first, basically. And then if your job is flexible with you, then that's great. Like I said before, make sure your manager understands your situation very well, and make sure they are able to back you up too. And yeah, that's really about it.
I do think that if you want to go into a job or if you want to get a starter job that will be related to your field, either whether it's biology, you're going to go to pre-med, your pre-med major, or if you're in business, then I think it'll be good to like find stuff like that too. And I think finding internships as a freshman is really good too. But if you honestly, I would say try all sorts of jobs. If you could get work study, that'll be great. If not, then that's completely fine too. But yeah, just finding, I think, regular jobs during the summer or during winter break, or even as you work and go to school at the same time. I think finding a job that's super flexible, but if it relates to your major or any of that sort, then it'll even be better.
Yeah. Just make sure you come first. Take care of yourself.
Mental
health.
Yes.
Make sure you eat, because during college, man, I barely ate. But I just
sleep too.
I just ate ramen, noodles, whatever I
Yep.
could cook quick. Yeah, that's what really matters the most.
And make sure you have time to have fun.
Yeah, have fun too.
Party at least once in your college career.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a lot. It's just once, just so you experience it. Say that you could party. Because hey, we partied.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I remember.
To get them out.
Yeah. So that's our advice. Thank you for listening to the Late Night Talks, and make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. What else?
Spotify. As well.
And that's it. And then we'll put a link tree.
Yeah, it'll be listed here or something like that.
Something in the description.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you for listening to the Late Night Talks, and we hope you have a good night.